one at a time, and we'll get the job done. Y'all know what to say. On three. 1, 2, 3.
And the home of the Jets.
Mr. Primetime.
Welcome back. Congrats to your Devils.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah.
What? Are we talking Devils Rangers right now, real quickly? Are we going to discuss this?
I might as well. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be a hater. You guys outplayed us for those 5 games. 2 friggin' goals. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Stars, young players, coaching, GM, question all of it. They suck. They didn't show up game 7.
Let's bring on the third amigo to discuss this. So Tyrone, before we go into Jets football in the draft, there was a hockey game that was played last night, Game 7.
I actually watched that game last night, man, and I prime time I was kind of shocked, man. Your Rangers, they didn't finish the job, bro. But you was talking like they were just gonna sweep the Devils, and it wasn't gonna be a series, and lo and behold,
I should have known. I should have known once the Avalanche lost and the Bruins lost. This playoffs was just completely unpredictable. So shout out to the Devils, though. They played well. But now, if history repeats itself, their next playoff series win won't come until what, 2034? I believe it was 11 years since they last won.
All that matters is we're on to the next one. That's all that matters. Young, exciting hockey. So
you're not getting past Florida, so good luck.
You can't listen. All that matters is we beat the Rangers. That's all that matters to me, man.
They won't get past the Rangers prime time as you told it, but things change.
Nothing can kill my vibe when Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback.
Oh, they killed your vibe. I know it did. Last night, I
know
you
for
were
like
pissed.
2 hours. For like 2 hours.
So it did.
I woke up. I checked the depth chart. Aaron Rodgers still there. We're good.
Got the Knicks on right now too. So it's
they struggling though, man. They coming out kind of.
He couldn't have closed without Butler.
They kind of coming out kind of sluggish, man. I wasn't expecting that, man. I'm kind of surprised. I thought they would come out more aggressive, more like they did in the first game 1. And it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of just going through the motions right now.
Yeah, stay tuned because I'll be going to the next round. So I'll be going to some Devils games. I'll get some footage for our channel. Let's keep the content cruising along. Before we get started, we have a new shirt that came out. So if you guys are interested, $2 from every shirt we sell is going to help support pediatric cancer, man. So you guys want to help out there, and we've already sold a lot of them already. So thank you guys for support. I'll put the link in this video too. And then now we got the draft. But before we talk draft, Mekhi Becton, no 5th-year option, which wasn't surprised. What do you think about that, prime time?
Not really a big surprise. If anybody can talk about Becton doing a complete 180, that's me. I mean, last year I wanted to be completely rid of him. Just the player, the interactions on social media, it didn't seem like he was taking his workout seriously. His nutrition, conditioning, none of that. And this offseason, I feel like it's a completely different player. The problem is, how do you know whether it's because it's a contract year or because the light bulb actually went on and he realizes this is his last chance to actually make it in the NFL and actually earn that long-term contract. So, I think you have to let him play it out, and you can't afford to give him whatever it would be, like $15 million for the 5th-year option.
Just 13.5.
Yeah, you can't afford to pay him that with the possibility that he might be 3 years in a row injured. So let him play a full season. Let's see how he does. And if he plays well, then you could talk about a contract extension. But even then, coming off 2 of the last 3 years being hurt, how do you really trust him with a long-term deal? So if anything, maybe you're looking at something like George Fant's contract, like 3 years, $36 million. Maybe you feel comfortable with that. But if he has a great year, he's probably going to get more somewhere else. So
he tests free agency. He wouldn't even want me. If you're having a great year at right tackle or left, you're like, you know what? Unless you franchise me, I'm testing the market, right? Yep. You'd be stupid not to. Yep. What do you think about it, Tyler?
I mean, I kind of agree with what Primetime said. I mean, he hasn't shown anything. He's played a half a season since he's been here. I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if he walks, he walks. I mean, you can't take that kind of opportunity. If he has a good season, your best ability is availability. He hasn't been available. So I'm hoping that what happens is that this kid comes out and he can work something out. But I'm more than likely he's going to test free agency and he'll probably go somewhere else. I mean, this is what it is. He hasn't been here. He hasn't shown the productivity to be able to give him that kind of the biggest 5th-year option. Yeah. You can't franchise him because that really puts him in a whole different bracket. So the best thing you can do is try to work something out with him. I would hope that he would understand the situation, but at the end of the day, he has an agent, he has a family, and he feels that, it's not on him. So let's enjoy what he does this year. I hope he stays healthy. But I think he's going to end up walking at the end of the season.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like I know like Jet fans, we were all mad and disappointed with his conditioning. I mean, prime time, we were there. We saw him
Yeah, we
front
saw
and
the
center.
first week of training camp.
He was puking on the field. He was on his knee. He was clearly struggling. He didn't diet the right way. Did everything else. And it's like, all right, you get it. But also, like, we also sometimes forget these guys are humans and they're immature and they're learning too, man. Like, you go from college to being a superstar in the NFL where the fans love you. You're making big money, doing all these things. Your world's probably going a million miles an hour. You may take some things for granted. Then you get slapped in the face with an injury. Then you do all this stuff. But then he also has a baby too, man. And the birth of a child can make you a little more mature, a little more responsibility. He changed his trainer. He changed pretty much his whole regimen. Yes, it's for a contract, but that also just for his own lifestyle, for his own health and welfare. Maybe family help him out with that. So I'm not rooting against him. Like I want to see him have a great year. If he has a great year and he's in a position where he's like, you know what, pay me or I'm leaving. Cool, dude. But if he has a great year, dude, that means we're winning games because that's what we need on the offensive line. Like that. Like anybody's saying, you know what, fuck Becton. No, let him play great this year. Like let him protect Aaron Rodgers and Maul.
When he's healthy, he's one of your best 5 offensive linemen. So there's no reason to root against him. And I think it's clear just looking at his social media. I mean, he's in such a better place mentally, whether that's, having the kid or having some time off to just be away from football for 2 years, getting back to the grind of it, whatever it is, he's in a much better place mentally. He just seems happy. So you hope that, all the work he's putting in, it's going to translate on the field.
He's even interacting with all his teammates on social media. But the one question that we get a lot is just where is he playing left tackle or right tackle? And I think it's right because you don't bring Dwayne Brown and say, okay, we're going to pay you all this money. You're a veteran. You've only played left tackle most of your career. Now you're going to go either right or on the bench. He wouldn't come back, dude. He's playing left. I think, right? I mean, Tyrone, what do you think? He's got to be competing with Max Mitchell for right or Billy Turner, but he's –
that's a prime time. I'm gonna tell you something. I think that's exactly what it's going to be. I think that he'll probably be a backup to the left side if Brown gets hurt, but I think you have to put him on the right side. I think him and Mac Mitchell will go at it, and that's just what it is. I mean, listen, Brown played well last year. Brown and he played hurt. Exactly. So, he really stepped up and towards the end of the season is where he kind of fell apart. But, by that time we were out of it anyway. But like I said, I like Mekhi, man. I like this kid. I like the physicality, what he brings. He's a different dramatic than anything else we've ever seen on the field. But the problem is, guys, he's just never on the field. So if he has a great season, like you said, we'll be a really good team because we can my mind running behind him. And Vera Tucker on the other side, bro. That's the monster's hole opening up. But I think also we have to look at it and factor in is, can he play a whole season? And he does look happy. He does look healthy. He does look at peace. But at the same time, I mean, in the back of his mind, it has to. Those injuries start to add up. You know what I'm saying? I think prime time, what you said earlier, you alluded to earlier, I don't think the kid's ever been hurt before. So to that severity to where he's been out a whole season and then back-to-back seasons. So I think that, that plays with your mind. I mean, I've been hurt and I understand it's a mental thing. So coming back out, trusting your leg, trusting your body, knowing which way you can go. It takes a while to get
learning a new offense, a new scheme.
Absolutely. You then get a new offensive offensive line coach. Is a different kind of aspect. With a kid like that, man, I think you got to keep it simple with him, man. Stop overthinking it. Let him just go and just smack somebody in the face. But what we were talking about before he got hurt last year, he was getting dogged by Lawson every day. People forget that he was getting murdered every day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, so
good,
yeah, it wasn't. And we were having a problem with that before, and they were letting it go. And I hope this year right here with a quarterback Aaron Rodgers, you can't take that kind of risk. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this guy right here has a chance to get us to a Super Bowl, so you have to protect him at all costs. So if Mekhi is a starting right tackle, which I think he would probably win, you know what I'm saying? But I like Mitchell though, so I'm not going to say that he's just going to beat out Mitchell like that. But if Mekhi is if Mekhi is our starting right tackle, then he is probably the best player that we have on the offensive line. Prime time?
But he is. But the other thing, too, is that you have a lot of depth, like Billy Turner now. You have all these guys. But I think for Saleh and Hackett, it's got to be best man plays. Like, you can't play favorites. You can't care about contracts. Like, I need the best 5 because this year is truly win now. Like, you have Aaron Rodgers. You can't be worried about protocols and politics and contracts. You can't give it, right? Kevin, like, it's got to be like, dude, I don't give a shit about your,
And you've got 6-7 guys that can all compete, including AVT at tackle if you need it. And you have multiple options now after the draft at center, possibilities that you could have 3 or 4 different guards. You've got a lot of versatility on this offensive line. So like you said, the best 5, whatever combination that is, you roll with it.
And then also, fellas, you brought in quality players too. The one thing we haven't done in a while, you have quality guys that can come in, that can step in and you won't miss a beat. That's why I thought Billy Turner was brought in. You have a guy that come in, has playoff experience, has starting experience. The guy's solid, can come in and you won't miss a beat. I think what's happened in the past is we've had a solid line and guys that get hurt. You're shuffling guys around, but the people you bring in aren't as good as the people that went out. Not even close.
Well, last year was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody they were dropping like flies. So
yeah,
we'll do is we'll go through like the draft picks real quick, get our thoughts, and they'll bring on the callers like we always do. Expectations for the draft. I mean, we all kind of had the same thing. We were expecting, big things, and you have all the names in the back of your head. So prime time, I'll start with you. First round goes the swapping of the picks. I think I said it fucking for a week now is going from 13 to 15. Completely bit them in the ass. 100% bit them in the ass. Especially when the Steelers traded up because all the offensive tackles were gone then.
I wouldn't say bit them in the ass, though. It's the cost of getting Aaron Rodgers.
But I'm saying in terms of looking at the draft and who you want to get out of the draft and your results is I think they won the offensive tackle in the first round, and that didn't work out for him.
I don't know, honestly. At this point, can we say that Joe Douglas is looking at a certain position and saying that's what I need in the first round? I mean, by all indications, he makes a draft board and he sticks to it, whether it's a running back, a safety, whoever it is, he's going to take the best player available on his board. So I don't know where McDonald ranked compared to, the fourth, I think it was Broderick Jones. That was the pick at 14. I don't know where McDonald ranked compared to him, but he's going to take best player available regardless. So I just find it funny, like all these mocks that we do in the weeks leading up to it, it's never the guys we're talking about. And often it's never even the position,
Yeah, but McDonald caught me completely off guard. I thought when the pick was on the clock, I'm like, they're going to try to trade back. I thought that was the first thing. Then when they couldn't trade back, it's like, all right, they're going to take JSN or they're going to take the DT from Pittsburgh. I thought they were going to go
the one I want.
there.
That's who wanted. That's who Tyrone wanted so bad. And I've been yelling. I've been screaming.
Why did you say that's who Tyrone wanted?
Yeah, that's what Tyrone wanted. Hey, absolutely. I wanted Kansas so bad, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't know who McDonald was. I had to really go back and I think I had him on my top 50 list just because of players the way they ranked them. But I didn't know. I have no clue who this kid was. I had to go back and watch some tape. Now, once I had a chance to watch a few things about this kid, I will say this right here, and I think that's why they picked him. Putting him in. Yeah, exactly.
That's the key word for this draft. Just say Ben. You sound intelligent, and everybody believes it.
No, listen, I got something better than that though. He has great bend, but putting him in the wide nine, he's kind of like Huff. He's so fast, got a really good spin. They're going to be able to crush things on the outside and push everything inside, and hopefully Quinn and whoever's on beside Quinn will be able to eat. I think that's the plan right there. You have a guy that can come in, is that fast, and be able to move around like that. But to say I know who this kid was, I'm not going to lie to you. I had no clue who this kid was. I was like, who?
That was every comment when we were streaming. That was every comment. Who?
But the thing was, it was like the first thing I thought of when I saw his size was like 239, 240. I'm like,
light.
They're light. And it reminded me of, remember Aaron Maben with the Jets?
A
guy like that. I'm like, wow, like he's very basically a situational pass rusher because he's so small, explosive, but you get eaten up in the running game. You're gonna have your challenge gets bigger. Like there's ways to defend you, but if you wear an offense down at the end of the game, then you can use them. But the size was a concern for me.
But is that a fit with the amount of DEs that we have right now between Lawson and Jermaine Johnson, Huff? If you're putting JFM out there, I mean, you got waves of pass rushers that should be coming into the game fresh at all times.
You do have waves. I say yes to that. But look how much Jermaine Johnson didn't play last year, dude. Like it's like everybody like
when he was out there, he was effective though.
He really was
when he was out there. But how many times you're sitting here like, all right, and that's the thing. Like he made this to me is a move where it can help a little bit this year. It's an eye towards next year when Huff or Lawson's gone. Then you pair him up with Jermaine Johnson because you have waves, but in theory, your defense may not be on the field as much as it was last year. Nah, so your waves are going to be less because the offense is rolling.
And one other thing with this kid too is he's only gonna be a situational pass rusher. The kid can't set the edge. The kid's like Nas, so he's not setting no edge. They're running over top of him. They're gonna only use him for that. And I think Johnson will make a big leap this year. Prime time, you're absolutely correct when it came to Johnson. Like when he did play, he was effective. He had a moment during the season where he kind of got lost. in the shuffle. I tell you, Clemens played well all season long as well. I really like the way he played. He showed up every week, and you saw him on tape. He always popped. So I can see these guys making a bigger leap this year as well, as they understand their body in the league.
Yeah, but in terms of McDonald for this year, and
I don't see him, Tyson. That's what I'm getting to. I don't see him playing much this season, Tyson. I doubt we'll see him that much. I just don't think. Listen, I think Huff. This is the problem with drafting a guy like that. This is the problem I have. Last year, what we all said about Huff, he should play more, right? You drafted a guy who's lighter than Huff, who's just like Huff. Why not just play Huff more? I don't.
Why not just pay Huff and keep him around for a couple of years?
Absolutely. That was the whole. That was the
known
whole
commodity.
I don't see this kid playing a lot. I just don't. I just think that he's such a rarity, man. Like he's really light. You know, they had him in the stack 9. So which means for anybody who didn't understand what they were talking about that's when you put him over the tackle. Now the wide 9 puts him way out. So I'm going to be honest with you. He's definitely going to be offensive tackle is going to be the defensive the disadvantage against him because he's so fast and he's so quick. But when they get their hands on him, it's a wrap because he's so small. They're going to just maneuver him. So I don't see him playing much this season.
Yeah, I mean, I was like I said, I didn't know the pick. I heard the name, like, what in the hell, pass rusher? I'm like, oh shit! Now I got to look this up and do my research. And the thing is, like, listen, like to be honest, we can say whatever we want tonight. We're not going to know jack shit for 3 years to see what this kid really is. You probably see a glimpse this year, no more next year. Then you see what Joe Douglas did with it, as opposed to who he could have had there. The next pick I found really interesting because I wanted a center badly going into this draft. And according to every expert in the world, the Jets love JMS. JMS is the guy. So Joe Douglas basically had the pick of the litter. He could have picked any center he wanted.
Hey, Tyson, hold on.
And he takes Pittman.
Our quarterback at the game. I just want to put that out there.
So Salas, C.J. Mosley, Sauce Gardner, they're all there.
Becton's there too.
They just show my boy AR, man. That's my quarterback, baby. I want to cry. That's my quarterback.
So back to the entire draft world put the Jets for a good JMS, and they go Tippmann prime time, which was interesting. I understand why younger, more versatile. Some people have him pegged as being a guard better than a center. What are your thoughts on taking Tippmann, man?
One of the few picks that's kind of young, but putting that aside, I like the pick. I mean, he's a big dude, kind of big for a center, but I just like the versatility that it gives with McGovern. It doesn't lock you into playing him at center. Yeah. If Tippmann beats him out, if he's ready to play now, you can start him right away. If you feel comfortable having, a rookie center with Rodgers as your quarterback, by all means, if he wins the job. And then, McGovern, I think, is a pretty good depth to have at guard. And you just roll with it. But I don't mind the pick at all. Like I said, it's versatility. It gives you a lot of different options going into camp. And the most important thing is keeping Rodgers upright.
Well, the thing is, too, and before I go to Tyron, the thing is, too, is JMS goes to the Giants. So damn well these two are going to get compared because Joe Douglas had his pick. This is almost similar to when
Andrew Thomas and
Bingo.
There you go.
He just had his option picked up.
Yeah, he did. So, Tyron, what do you think? Were you surprised by Tippmann?
No, Tyson. Listen, we've been talking about taking a center in the second round. That was something we all wanted. I think he had his pick of centers, and that's who he picked. I think this kid's gonna be a star. I think he's big, he's physical, he's 6'7". He can definitely move. The kid is a big ass kid, and he's gonna be a monster. And I think that he'll challenge McGovern for the starting job. And I think if he gets it, he won't lose. I think Tyson. We could talked about last show or like a week or so ago about missing out on the good center. Joe D had his pick of centers who he could have picked. He picked this kid for a reason. This kid's going to be big, and he's kind of like Malai. He's a 6'7" center, which is rare at prime time. People don't really like him that tall, but this kid's he's just that special though. He gets down, great plays with great pad level. Only gave her 1 sack. This kid's going to be a problem, man.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing though for a center? I mean, does that allow guys to get underneath you a little bit? Leverage?
I think so, prime time. But I think with this kid, man, if you watch, man, when he sits down, Tyson, it's like,
Historically, they struggle, but then Joe Douglas went out and found like 3 guys that are 6'6" that didn't struggle, and that's what he's going with.
Well, listen, we had one who just was a recent inducted to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? To play for the Jets was probably one of the best centers to play for the Jets, you know what I'm saying, other than Mango, you know what I'm saying? So it proves that those guys that height can get it done. I mean, this guy's physical. He was like, 6'5"? He was tall. He was a tall center. Yeah, he was a tall center, bro. He was a tall center.
He was like 6'3", maybe.
Nah, he was
Too.
he was a taller center, bro. I want to say at least 6'4". He was a taller than average center back then.
He went from 6'6" to 6'5" to 6'4".
Hey, he's something. He's
We'll get
six
to
something, damn
we'll
it.
get to 6'3"
He
eventually.
ain't 5'11", damn it. So let's get it popping. I'm just saying, man. This kid's gonna be good.
Look this shit up now. God damn you.
That's
Tyrone.
primetime job. Primetime always does
If
that.
anything, if anything, I thought Mangold was a little bit taller.
Yeah, Mango was tall as well, right?
Let's
They're
see
probably
how
the same
tall is
height,
he.
about
Can somebody in the
6'3" or
chat look
6'4".
this up? How tall is Kevin Mawae? I can look this shit
Gotta
up.
be
now.
I want to say McGly is like 6'3", 6'4". I want to say that, bro.
He's
I
not
wanna
the
say
6'3".
that. He's not
He's
6'4".
He's 6'4".
6'4". Exactly. He's a taller than average center, though. You know what I mean? You don't get that
6'6"
back
is
then.
tall, man. But I think the one thing is like that, like having Jason Fabini teaching him is a good thing. He's got ties to Jets, that helps. But being a taller guy is definitely a thing. But the one thing that stuck out with me was they liked how he's a great communicator, great leader, ferocious competitor. And that was the one thing that we bothered us with McGovern, where McGovern would like, your quarterback's getting his ass beat, he's looking back, to like, not my problem.
Yeah,
where you have a guy like this, an emotional guy, a physical guy, he's gonna be a little tenacious. I like that out of a center, man.
Yeah.
And it's one thing when you're trying to protect Zach Wilson, but it's another thing when Aaron Rodgers is getting hit late and things.
Bro, we ain't doing it prime time.
You need 5 guys that are going to be fucking bullies out there.
Absolutely.
Put that shit to bed. Yeah.
Hey, listen, you hit AR like that, game over. The whole bench is clear. Fuck that. And that's what you expect from your center. Yeah, I remember that game when Zach got hit, man. We were sitting like, what? We just wanted one guy to show some heart. You know what I'm saying? We're not used to that. You know what I mean? So that's why I can say that Zach wasn't respected like that, because you hit my quarterback and we just pick you up. Hell no. I'm getting ejected in a fine.
So next pick, Carter Warren, which was offensive tackle.
Yes.
Kind of a project. I think he comes in this year. I think he's going to benefit. He can learn from Dwayne Brown. He can learn from Becton. But I don't think he can be depth and compete. But I don't think he's going to see any playing time this year. I mean,
yeah, not to nitpick, but I mean, if I had to give one pick that I didn't like, just because in round 4, in theory, you should be able to get somebody that can contribute right away.
Yeah.
And this is a pick with how many bodies you have in front of him. Even a guy like Agbui and Max Mitchell, who's already a year ahead of him. Like, what are the chances that we actually see this kid on the field? So I get it. He's got the raw traits, 6'5", 325. It seems like he moves pretty well. But what are the chances that we see him in the next year or two? I think very little. So,
well, I'm gonna say this. First of all, Patterson in the building. Big ups to big homie. I'm gonna say this right here. Listen, if this kid wouldn't have got hurt, this kid would have been a star. He would have been a second round pick easily. I think Jody stole this kid. I think if someone gets hurt, I think this kid could be in a rotation. I think if this kid does get a chance, he does not give this position up. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna call out right now. He will be a starter next year. This kid was drafted to be a starter.
This year or next year?
Next year. Yeah.
Did he have some issues with penalties in college too?
Yeah, he had a few, but listen. I mean,
he had like 11.
I mean, listen. Hey, listen.
Injuries and penalties. Come get some.
Hey, listen. No, but listen, Tyson. You understand something though? You have to understand something. Like, if a kid is being taught, you know what I'm saying, he's being taught incorrectly, then you know what I'm saying, you're gonna perform that way. Tyson, you're a coach. Probably you're a coach. So you guys understand.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but to Primetime's point, I kind of agree with him. I get it. Listen, the kid could have been a top 50 pick this year if he didn't get hurt. He didn't get this. He didn't get that. All these great things. To me, it's like I could have took a speed linebacker there. I could have went safety there. I could there's always different options. So we can look back 2 years from now. But Tyrone, you'd be right. This kid's an all-star left tackle. We're like, oh shit, great pick. Or it could be like, you know what? Could there be better value now? Because the Jets still have holes in the roster today. Yeah, that could have been addressed by that pick.
But who was there and who was there in that round that you could come in and start? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, we know Quan's coming back. We pretty much got pretty sure a good idea Quan's coming back. And as for safety, I think somebody will shake loose. Nothing is what they're waiting on. I don't see them going out here and knowing how important this season is without adding depth. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're looking for talent, though, like they got Zaire Barnes, pick number 184. That's gonna be a special teams guy at best, probably, right? I'd rather we all assume Quan's coming here, and that's the hope. And then the more the longer it plays out. I think he signed in July last year, which is fine. Yeah. But dude, you draft the guy. How about you draft a fast linebacker that can run around and do things and contribute? And then you have Quan and this guy and make the Jets send the defense. You have safety. You need a safety with range, which we still don't have, You need a linebacker that can, like Quincy Williams is good, but you need another linebacker that can run.
But Tyson, I got a question for you guys. Listen, we still got Nasruddin and we still got Sherwood. So listen, but what if these guys develop? It's the third season, bro. What if they develop into being something where they can come in and actually contribute? I mean, listen, if we're all about building to the draft, and these coaches coach these guys up. We haven't seen them in a while. We seen Sherwood last year, and be honest, he looked good as shit when Mosley got her. He looked really, really good. Now Nasruddin, we haven't seen him in a while. But what if he's improved enough to where he could be on the field and really contribute? Because that's what they want anyway. They want that kind of former safety guy can cover but still lay the wood. You know what I'm saying? That's that little hybrid player. Maybe somebody at that position wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Now, the kid that we drafted,
fucking picked 120.
I mean, to their standards, maybe no. To their standards, maybe no. I mean,
come on, man. I think I just had the feeling that they didn't get a tackle in the first round. Like, we better get one now to make sure that we're trying to address our needs. They get Billy Turner. I don't know. Listen, the kid could be great. He's a local kid. I'm rooting for him. I saw Damian Woody was praising him, shit like that. I just think sometimes the position choice, the direction they went, was kind of like, all right,
I think his long arms too is something they love. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, but I think it's his long arms too. They love too, Tyson. He has really, really long ass arms.
But that just all goes back to like what I was saying at the beginning of the show. I think they just have a board that they make before the draft, and they stick to it regardless of position or need or anything like that. Like Douglas believes in getting the best player available, because 2 to 3 years down the line, you don't know who's going to be here, who's going to get hurt, who's going to get traded, like Elijah Moore. And like, you never know what's going to happen like year to year. So he just believes in accumulating talent, and that's how you keep your team afloat. So hard to argue with that if you actually hit on those picks.
I think the next pick, everybody likes a lot. The running back from Pittsburgh, where it's interesting because there was a lot of rumors the Jets were going to go running back in first round, and I probably would have rioted. I would have been angry as shit.
This show would have been crazy tonight, bro.
I would have been pissed. But you go running back here, Izzy, and it's like you see all the things, ridiculously young, ridiculously fast, and can add the element to the offense that you don't get when Breece Hall is out. Like Breece Hall being out, when the Jets lost Breece Hall, Michael Carter I think he was injured, whatever. Zonovan Knight had a burst, but you can't replace the Breece Hall speed and his explosive nature. This kid can do that, which makes the running back room really young, but really exciting. I mean, prime time, this pick was like super cool. I'm like, I'm cool with this because this is where the NFL is going, man. Get the guys in space, let them run, let them fly, let them do their thing. And then that's what Hackett's going to do. And then you got another guy who can do it.
Seems like he could be like a faster version of Leon Washington almost. Hope maybe he can give you some depth on special teams. If McCole Hardman gets hurt, he's got 4.4 speed. When he gets a hole, he just goes, man. So he can work on his pass catching a little bit. I saw some other scouting reports that say his pass protection and blocking needs some work, which is kind of expected. But he's probably not going to be asked to do that. On third down, sometimes you might need to, but a change of pace guy that can come out of the backfield as a legitimate home run threat. That's something that they don't have right now, other than obviously, Breece Hall, and you don't know how he's going to come back from the injury.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, okay, or Tom, good.
Yo, listen, I want to say, first of all, Izzy going to come in here. You know what he's going to show us? He's going to show us what Brooklyn do. That's what he's going to do. Number one, this kid is a straight monster, man. He's a straight beast. He's changing speed back. I think that the kid has had, one game he had like 300 yards, bro. So listen, the kid he's a one cut back, and he has 4.4 speed, bro. So anybody you add into that like that, only problem is like, listen, I thought Bam played really well last year, so I was kind of shocked that we took him back.
He beefed up too.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you seen that, Tyson? 220, baby, 220.
You can carry fullbacks.
Yo, 220 and get up off me. You feel me? Yo, I think Bam played amazing last year. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Do you guys think Carter could be on his way out here? Is that the only one thinking that? I mean, it just kind of looks that way, don't it? I mean, kind of, because this kid, I don't think this kid will play. I don't think Izzy will play early. But if Breece is, which I think he's going to be on the IR for the first 6 games, I really do.
For 6 games?
I mean, he's going to be out, right? I don't think he's going to be ready to begin this. I don't want to rush him back, bro, and give another injury. That scares me, man. I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm just saying. We'll see what happens.
I think they'll bring him back. So I don't think he's gonna miss the first 6 games. Though. I think he'll be ready. But like the thing with Carter, I mean, if Breece Hall can't start the season, I think Carter will probably be your starter, right? And then Izzy behind him. They're not gonna have. I doubt they have a rookie starting week 1, would they?
I mean, I don't think so. Go ahead, Ronald.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, it depends which Michael Carter we get. I mean, was he
Yeah.
genuinely playing hurt at the end of last year? Because he was, a few steps slower than what we saw
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year, where he was
Yeah.
always getting those yards after contact and pushing the pile forward. Like, we didn't see any of that burst from him in the second half. So I like to think it was the ankle injury, because we saw a completely different player even his rookie year.
Yep.
So as long as we get that player back, yeah, I mean, he's the starter easily. But if he's still struggling, whether it's injury or something else, you might be looking at Zonovan Knight potentially as your number one guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Listen, I like Zonovan Knight, but the
Heck,
one
it's
question.
hurt.
But the one question I have, though, is like these guys are all young and they're all pretty much the same frame. You don't have that thumper, like that big, badass running back that gives you that 1 yard,
Yeah.
2 yards, the goal line. And I'll keep saying, dude, I would go Leonard Fournette. I'd go out and give him some money, bring him in here. I don't give a shit. Veteran guy that can give you those yards. That's, been there, done that. Super Bowl, all this stuff, especially in a big spot in the playoffs, whatever else. Like, I don't know, but you got a really inexperienced running back room right now.
I will say that, but we have a really talented running back room too, Tyson. I think with the line that we have, just in Zonovan, you see him 220, bro, and look good. Look, he just, to me, Zonovan is the type of player that can get you that 1 yard. He's just a big physical back with speed.
He's
man.
not that, but like Fournette and like even Ezekiel Elliott, which we all hate the idea, but he's like a bowling ball. He's just a mass, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what the Jets do there, but I just think with those running backs, that's like an interesting group. So we'll skip the corner safeties. We'll go to the last one. It was the most popular name in the draft, especially depending on which show you're on. So Zach Kuntz, which is a physical freak, man. An athlete amongst athletes, which can do so many great things: speed, size, just can do it all. An interesting piece to the tight end puzzle, I guess. You already had Ruckert, Azuma, Conklin. I mean, worth a shot, worth a flyer. Worst case scenario, he goes on a practice squad, but I guess you bring him into camp and see what happens, right?
I'm sticking with Zach Kuntz, but yeah, I think he's very raw. I mean, at 6'8", you love the size, but I mean, like I was saying also with the center position, I mean, is that a disadvantage against smaller, more faster pass rushers if he's asked to block it all? Is that going to be an area that he struggles with? I don't see him beating out Ruckert. I think Ruckert's going to get an opportunity this year. And if anything, maybe you look to add another, low cost veteran before training camp. But I don't think we're going to see much of this kid as a 7th round pick.
Okay, I'm going to say I actually know who the kid is, because my nephew was looking at ODU. So I want to say I know who the kid is. The kid is, and then one thing I say about it, listen, I don't know how long it's going to take for this kid, but he's 6'8", bro. He's an athletic freak. He's a mismatch to any cornerback, and he's no linebacker in this league. But ain't too many that can check him. So I think once this kid gets up to speed, I think the sky's the limit. I think that he just happens to be on the team that got 3 other tight ends that might be a little bit better than him at this moment. But I think this kid's gonna be around for a while. He's a mismatch nightmare.
He's in the red zone. He's gonna be a huge target.
He's a problem.
Lob the ball up to him.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. So overall, like, I don't want to do draft grades. Like, I don't really. I think that's just stupid. But overall, I think the Jets. I like a couple picks. I don't know. It just seems like there's an eye towards the future of these picks. Like, there's substance, but I just think that you're going to see a lot more of an impact next year than you will this year. That's where I kind of stand.
And that's my only critique. For a win now team, I was hoping that they'd look a little bit more towards the right now and whatever can help them more right now. But at the end of the day, they entered the draft with 5 picks. They walked away with 7. I think they got bigger. They got faster. They got guys that are a little bit older, so you hope that means they're a little bit more ready to actually play right now and fill in if needed. I think they got some depth at some spots, so it's hard to complain. Until they're actually in pads.
The one thing I will say is this though, a lot of the guys he got were captains too, and I think he continued on the trend. Yeah, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that you bringing in national leaders. You're bringing guys who come in who understand what it takes to be a leader and to win, and I love that about what he's done so far. So I'm not gonna grade it, but I'm gonna say prime time. I will say this, Tyson, real quick. I did expect him to go more now because we're going all in now. That's probably the only thing that shocked me in this draft is he didn't take guys that would make immediate impact. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I could say that really shocked me more than anything was that.
No, I agree, man. Like you could say if he went JSN in the first round, we'd be like, all right, he's trying to win now. He wants to give Aaron Rodgers weapons. Like, you're cool. Some of these things, you're like, all right, he's sticking to his board. Like you keep saying, primetime. He has a vision. He's not going to change from it, whether it's a win now season or not. This is what he wants to do. But it's definitely have exciting talent, man. And the one thing the Jets have lacked forever is speed. they have tons of it now. So that's but catching up to the rest of the NFL was good. So we will go to calls. What's the score to Nick game? Anybody know?
They were losing by 2, 48-46.
Yeah, 40-46.
And Jake Butler's not playing, right?
Yo.
I knew it was a problem as soon as I saw the spread at 10 points. I'm like, they never do good when they're big favorites.
Nah, prime time. You watching again? They're coming out sluggish. They're not playing hard. Like, I don't know. I don't get this, man. I don't get this tonight. Let's hope we finish strong.
We will go to some calls. And then don't forget, new shirt, new fundraiser. That's out too. Mr. Afram, what's up, man?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Leading off.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, eventually you got to cut the hair. You just can't.
Looking all sharp, man. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know about sharp, but it's
must be all those YouTube appearances you're making. Now you gotta look, good for your fans.
Someone has to.
You look really sharp, sir. You look really sharp tonight, man. You look really sharp.
I ordered my shirt, so
thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Although I thought my dragon was better, but but that's okay.
I still looked at your dragon. It's a similar dragon, man.
No, it's not. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
I said the same thing, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Tyrone, no, this is the great. Tyrone's like, you gotta make the dragon pop. Well, we don't have like a graphic designer. We're not gonna spend $500 to make a design.
They come out good.
We gotta improvise with very limited resources. Anything else, we gotta start paying for it then.
No, that's good. No, I hope everyone buys it. Goes to a good cause.
Yeah, I always go to a great call. I always go to a good call with Tyson, man. It's cool, man. So how you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy. I think he's adding little by little. He's getting depth, filling up this roster. There's still some time. Let's see what happens. June, the June cuts. I don't see him. You're talking about the running back. I don't know if they're going to go for another. Who do you keep? You got to get rid of. You want to have 5 guys on 5 running backs.
Who do you have? You got Carter, Zonovan Knight, Breece Hall. Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, it depends.
One of them has to go to the practice squad. You could end up losing him.
Yeah, it depends if Breece goes to IR to start the season off. You can probably carry 3. I don't think they'll carry 4.
How long does he have to be out if he's on IR?
It's 4 games,
minimum.
4 games, 4. Yeah. And the problem is this though: one of these guys look really good in the preseason. Who are you going to sneak on the practice squad? You can't hide Donovan. You can't hide Bam, and you're not probably going to hide this kid instantly if he comes here and looks well. I mean, it's going to be difficult. So they might have to carry 4 backs, which is, you take one from somewhere else. So it's kind of scary.
Hello, Elmo. His balls is not around, huh?
I know.
He's probably still crying.
Ball's probably at the Knicks game right now.
Could be. But I think they did what they wanted to do. I like the pass rusher. I don't think everyone was looking for the offensive line, but I don't think.
I think everybody thought they were going to take Nolan Smith, though. No,
they thought the guys were taken. Yeah. So I'm sure they're looking for Lawson's replacement, right?
Possibly. Only 1 year left.
1 year left. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him. I wonder if they'll convert some of his salary into a signing bonus so to just get some more cap room.
Well, there's got to be some kind of moves made because you figure once Rodgers restructures and does his new contract. But you figure because we all assume these players are going to be cut. We thought Corey Davis was going to be gone, Lawson could be gone, Whitehead could be gone. We're naming all these cuts, and nobody's gone yet. Something's got to give here, right?
You can't get rid of people until you get somebody, right?
True.
Right? You're not going.
But I wonder how they were getting ready to afford a Fletcher Cox and a Calais Campbell with these big ass contracts.
And Odell,
yeah. The money was coming from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's not there now,
right? Then if you do that, if you got Odell, then you can get rid of.
Corey Davis.
Got the $10 million there. You could work it, but until that happens, you don't get rid of anybody, right? Because then the next guy knows that you have the money, and so he's going to want you're in the need for that position. So let's see. I mean, I'm happy to see that Rodgers is there. Jets have 2 guns on the team. The same first. Armand's and Riff tonight.
Oh my goodness, they stupid, bro. Everybody buying that Coons jersey, huh, bro? Everybody got that jersey on the game, huh?
That jersey's gonna sell more than the Rodgers.
Bro, yeah, absolutely.
But it's good to see Rodgers right away. dealing with these guys, building rapport with them, and I liked what he had to say about Zach. Let's be honest; he said some good things.
Who gives a shit about Zach? Nobody
he
cares
does.
about him.
The team does.
But like that's the funny. Like, people asking about Zach. I honestly don't give a fuck. He doesn't matter. He's irrelevant for the next 2 years.
That's
he
fine.
plays,
But I mean, he's dead. They're still committed to him.
Unless they don't pick up another backup and he's actually asked to play at some point.
But I mean, like this is like
he's not irrelevant.
Like I'm more interested in Rodgers talking about his relationship with Garrett Wilson, getting along with Breece Hall, hanging out with Sauce Gardner tonight. That's all the shit that matters.
Well, we'll see.
Everything Tyrone said he wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Why you know what, man? You out here taking a whole lot of shots there because your little
I'm just saying. You told me he was going to be in Wisconsin until August. He wasn't going to go to any mini camps or OTAs.
I mean, but why you always bringing up?
I just got to remind myself of that every week.
Why you always bringing up old shit? You just saying guys said we were going to take a tight end in the first, and then take one to the second. You know what I mean? So you weren't even nowhere in the building, bro.
What do you mean? Kincaid was first round pick.
Huh? Did we take him? Did we take him? Okay. I'm just checking. Stop hating, man.
Second round pick too.
Stop hating.
I like the fact that some of these old linemen that they picked have versatile. They can play multiple positions, which is good.
That's always been Joe Douglas's mantra, though, man. He always wants versatile guys.
You want that. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't use them. I hope we have a solid line. I think there'll be a lot of competition. Yeah, I heard about that. He was very positive of everything going on in New York and his stay so far.
I can say this right here, though. All the stuff that we heard about this guy being having a bad attitude and not being a team first guy, he's done nothing but the opposite of that. He's not this. You watch him at the Rangers game. He was really, really happy. Even though the Rangers suck, but
he's the king of New York right now, man. He's
exactly,
bro. He's loved everywhere he goes.
He also, they said he buy a $4 million home in Jersey or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I thought I read that someplace.
What town did he go to?
I don't know. What am I? Real estate agent?
Today he was still looking for a place. I thought he said.
He's right next to you over there.
That's what I figured. Usually they go to like Summit or
probably
Chatham, areas like that.
Right now he's living in a hotel. He said.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got good accommodations. But
his share should be at Woody House right now. Listen, whatever AR want, man, get that man what he want, man.
He don't want to be at Woody's house. He wants to do his shrooms, smoke his shit, hang out.
Yeah, he should be over at my apartment.
Listen, they'll have the team over. Who knows what he's going to
do? He's cool.
He's taking. He
really has
his team and putting them under his wing. I mean, it looks very positive. We were hoping for this, and we got it. And let's see how JD, whatever he finishes up with this team, and let's play ball, man. I can't wait.
They got to do what? They got to re-sign Quan. They got to get a defensive tackle. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to sign Randall Cobb at some point. That's going to happen because they're just going to need him here.
We'll see. I mean, it would have been done by now, no?
Yeah. I want A. Wood too, though, man. You're from Seattle. I know he's not a. Yeah, I know he's on.
They were frauds.
I know he's on a sexy pick though, but he's just a big physical guy, man. It'd be nice to have him.
Is that your dog? What'd you do? You feed him?
Me?
Yeah, I thought I heard a dog back there.
No, that's the ice maker. My wife wanted this ice maker to make extra ice because she loves whatever she drinks to be filled with ice. Whatever. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Hey, yes, sir.
Afram, what were your thoughts on Becton's fifth-year option not getting picked up today?
Well, I think we all expected it, and I think he expected it too. He knew he was going to get his fifth option. Yeah. You can't, but makes him play harder. He's going to try to win that job. It's not safe. Most likely right tackle, and let him compete. Same thing with McGovern. I think this kid, well, there'll be a competition at center as well.
I think so too.
You're on a roll, guys. You weren't doing this last night with what was it with Ryan?
No, I gotta give that chat credit. I gotta give the chat credit because I was nervous as shit, man. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like Sunday night. Never people are gonna do. They were on their best behavior with Ryan. Because I warned him, like, listen, dude, it's not like your show. Like, we get a little.
He knows. He's seen the show.
They don't do that. Everybody's great. Last night with Matt, I'm like, there's no chance this is gonna be fine. And last night with Matt, dude, everybody's like, they were nice, they were like friendly, and only like a couple like Kunst jokes. That was it. Like, it was best behavior.
Well, you know, no one, they don't make outlandish takes. You know, as soon as they make that one outlandish take, it's like
it's
piranha.
a wrap. It's a wrap.
Emil praised Matt for like 20 minutes.
Or you're saying that me and Tyrone bring out the worst in the chat.
But I mean, what do you guys think about the draft? I think it was all right. I don't see any negatives in it.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, tell me McDonald. I really didn't know who this kid was. I really had no clue who this kid was. So that shocked me. No.
We picked later. So I mean, well, hopefully next year we're picking later again. You know,
well, that's the other thing too. I mean, if you're being
hopefully
honest,
we're not picking in the first round.
But we're so used to always having a top 5 pick, top 10 pick, 3 picks in the first round, all these different things where you're going to get your instant impact player because you're picking so early. Now that you're back in the middle of the pack, you're not. It's not the same star power. It's a whole different world now, which I like. It's nice to actually be winning games for a change.
But even those guys do well. You know, we wait and see.
I explained that after the show. So the way Jay set up the whole display, I don't know what you call it. If I were to post a comment, it changed like you're doing right now. Like when you have a comment up there, it shifts everybody. So like when he's trying to cut clips, when you take the comment off, then it enlarges. So I couldn't, unfortunately.
It really sounded like you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. What it sounds like to me, because you know what I'm saying. That's what it sounds. Because I was in the comment section sending messages, and I was like, damn, he showed nothing. He say nothing. Wow. I mean, you looked like you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. To me, I'm just saying.
You show comments at the end.
When you guys attack each other, you give the chat the wide open to attack all of you guys. So it's just permission to just attack you.
Hey, look, did I say I was going to bring you on at some point? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That invitation might get lost.
Hey, all I know is we did things with Ryan and Matt. We had the chat on the screen, no problem. Every show, there's always chat on our screen.
Those 2 shows went very smooth.
No problem.
Hey, well, listen, man, we bring the chaos here. Listen, it's all love. Though.
I think you guys want to get the better of each other when you can. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
We just talk. You know what's so crazy is we just do what we do and it works. I don't know why it works, but it works.
It's all about having fun and just doing.
Wait, this is supposed to be fun. When the fuck's the fun start?
Yeah, it's always fun. Are you kidding me? You guys enjoy it. That's why you keep doing it. Yeah, and also
you know what the problem was though with the NYJF TV thing. I think that they're waiting for Primetime's video to promote it, and they never found that video. They didn't really know what was going on. So they're like, wait a minute, there's a show tonight? What is that?
I have not seen the show yet. I apologize.
You know what's so crazy though?
I apologize.
You know what's so crazy, Tyson? I actually watched that whole show. Fireman, it was good. Everybody was good. It was just one guy that was just he was the director, and Jacob saying the director. Primetime, and I just didn't direct shit.
Even Rogers mentioned a Fireman Ed during the press conference.
And listen, you know what, Tyson? Jay did a cut up with that Fireman Ed and Aaron Rodgers jump. See, but our guy on our show, he don't care about us because once he get on a new show, he just acts different. I just want to put that out there. My bad, Primetime.
I'm used to
I forgot you was here.
Same,
you know what I'm saying?
Same PT on every show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not doing your job. I understand. I got you, man. No problem. Shit.
I don't know about my job.
I said 20
Very
checks.
toxic tonight.
I mean, no, it's love, man. I love Primetime, man.
No, I'm sure you do. You show it well too.
I do. I should have. You know what? You know what happens when you send a guy a text message and he waits 2 weeks to respond to you. You feel some type of way. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean,
it's a venting. It's a show for venting out.
Absolutely.
I'm not a good texter during baseball season.
And you know what? When he tells you he's gonna pick you up and he has you outside in the cold for 45 minutes. I mean, I
when did that happen? When did that happen?
Thank God you brought me on first.
Look, I'm making proud time.
Making shit up.
I'm making shit up right now. Let me go. I'm on a roll.
Hey, let's look forward to this the next couple of months and. We're gonna be good. That 14-3 is gonna be there.
You know what? What I will say this though, I wish they would show more Aaron Rodgers throwing the football. I don't know. I just got so hyped watching him throw the ball. It's like, can we get more than one?
What was it? They said watch the trailer. Yeah. Wait for the first.
That looks great.
Next segment.
Oh, it does, man. It's really
drive.
That's why I don't. Go ahead.
When do they get announced who's on Hard Rocks?
Hard Knocks. Hard Rocks.
We'll be on
Hard
Hard
Knocks.
Rocks.
I've been on Hard Rocks.
If we
That's
lose
something
this season,
announced in
It's got to
I
be
guess before
soon,
training
right?
camp, right?
It's got to be soon.
Yeah.
I got
I
one
hope
question
it's
for you.
not us. I just don't need that.
Nah, I don't want to.
I still want it. I still want it.
It's just trash.
We get all the fluffy shit on one Jets drive.
Nah,
I want to see everything.
The one Jets drive is dope.
I like the fluffy stuff. It keeps
I know you do.
Exactly. It keeps you happy.
I want to
Yes.
see what's really going on.
Yeah. Who do you guys want first game though? That's my question. Who do you guys
Patriots.
want? Hey, oh wow, you want? Yeah, okay. Sunday night Tyson. Sunday. I want the
Sunday,
Giants.
how cool would that be, dude? Sunday night football opening weekend, Jets Patriots at home. Aaron Rodgers comes out, you blow them out of the fucking building, and that's your statement. Aaron Rodgers is here. We're done taking shit from everybody. Here we come. That's what I want.
Are we home or away?
Home Sunday night football. I'll be drunk by 2:00 in the afternoon.
Shit, 11:30.
When's the schedule come out now?
May
Soon,
11th.
right?
May
May
11th.
11th. Ooh.
Yeah. Are we doing the show
live
today?
that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we are.
How many primetime shows?
6.
Process games? 6. Yeah, 5 or 6.
Think
5.
6?
I think so. I probably, man, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, definitely.
Well, Boomer already said it. Boomer was like, the NFL is going to bend over backwards just with all kinds of get the Jets. And his first game as the Jets going to be there. They're going to be all over TV, man.
I know I know a lot of people want the 9/11, but didn't they have that chance
Yeah,
like
they did.
a few
They
years
didn't do it.
back?
And they
They
passed on it.
couldn't
Yeah,
do
they passed on it. Yeah.
They passed.
Yeah.
Guys,
I mean, it would be awesome, but I don't think it's going to happen.
there's my ice again. Guys, have a good night. Get the next guy in. I don't want to take up a lot of the time, but I appreciate you.
You're looking sharp, man. Thanks for buying a shirt, too.
Nice-
man. Appreciate
nice
it.
Anytime to support. And everybody in the chat, grab a shirt.
That's right.
It's a nice looking shirt. Let's become the dragon.
Let's become the dragon.
Absolutely.
You
Yes,
should
sir.
have that rolling down there. Become the dragon on your.
You should put that in the thing.
your
That's a good
banner.
idea.
Yeah.
Become the dragon.
See, that's the feedback. We like feedback here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
man.
it. Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Have a
night,
good
man.
one.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good one. All right, we will go. Oh boy, what do we got? We got.
Oh boy, you know what he says?
That
That's prime time. You already know what time it is. You
That
already
time.
know we about to get. You already know what time it is, bro. You know what's coming, bro.
I'm not high enough for this.
Good.
What's up, man?
How did I know this? I'm amazing.
Before you, I want to ask you how did this come out? So I took my Elijah Moore jersey. You know, I thought I'd save myself some money, and also not jinx anything because you can't jinx if you already own the jersey.
Okay.
So I took my Elijah Moore jersey. I ripped off the nameplate, took it to a custom pro sports shop, and
Well done. That looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little
Actually
bit,
not bad.
bit of green. It's like a little bit of the green dyed to some of the white letter. The G.
It looks good though, man.
Yeah, it looks real.
Not bad.
Especially with the prices of jerseys these days, man. Shit, who
You know,
cares?
only cost me $27.
Perfect.
Wow.
Nice.
Can you give me one too?
That's a good idea because you know what?
Throw it on the ground.
Dick's Sporting Goods by me has they have a bunch of Elijah Moore jerseys. That's a good idea. Think about that.
Yeah, no, well, they're probably at a discount. You get them at a discount, go to a custom pro shop.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Dick's Sporting Goods by me has all. It's like what is it? It's
You gotta
Elijah
use
Moore and somebody else.
you gotta get nail polish remover to remove the adhesive.
Well, Primetime has that.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
So yeah, no, I gotta say this though. I gotta say I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get to practice that song for you, Tyrone. But I've been busy trying to explore my cultural heritage.
Well, you know what? I was trying to get you to explore my cultural heritage, but apparently my cultural heritage don't mean shit to you. So I don't want to hear your guitar tonight.
Wait,
I
have
You gotta elaborate. You
I
have to
have to ask.
elaborate.
Well,
I want the
I
Thriller's gone. That's all I asked for.
All right, I don't know if you know about. I don't know if you know what Jake Asman show, but one of his viewers paid for my airfare to Puerto Rico.
Damn.
What? One of Jake Asman's viewers paid for your airfare to Puerto Rico?
What the
How
fuck?
cool was that?
Can I go on Jake's show? Shit. Yeah, I would go. Wow.
Yeah,
That's really cool, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, so I finally get to, visit where my grandmother grew up and everything. I've been exploring my heritage, learning more about, my background, not just me being Puerto Rican, but, the history of the island, it's a $300 travel voucher.
I want to say
That's
something so bad.
So what did you learn? What did you learn about your background?
I want to
Well,
say something so bad.
obviously, Puerto Ricans are a mixture of three things. You have Taino, you have the native Taino Indians, the Spanish conquistadors, and of course, African slaves.
Not African slaves. You know, hold on, Vincent. Can I go into this, please? Just a little bit. This is a little history lesson. Okay, I want to give you this, Vincent. You're right to a point, but everything comes from that. So I just hope you enjoy yourself over there. But you can Google a lot of that too, and if you need some information, I'll be glad to send you some.
Yeah, no, I gotta go. Yeah, no.
When are you going? When you go to Puerto Rico?
Well, having the airfare is one thing, but having the money to actually experience the island is another thing. You still gotta save up the rest of the money.
So wait a minute.
You get a free trip, and your
Yeah, I
ass
thought you went already.
Yeah.
So wait, so you have the airfare, but you don't have money for the hotel or the actual experience.
That's stuff I'm saving up for that right now.
So, wait.
Is there a timeline for this?
I got plenty of time. I got more than enough time to save up money for it.
When's the voucher expire?
It's good for over a year.
Oh, damn.
Puerto Rico is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
times.
Vincent.
You know what it actually stands for?
I don't even want to know.
Rich port. That's literally the direct Spanish translation.
What are we doing here?
Hey, I don't know, bro. But Vincent, look up what conquistadors. Look up where they came from originally.
Conquistadors?
Yeah, look at where they came from originally. You'll find something. Get back to me with that. Not on the show though. Not on there. Just text me.
So let's just go.
Let's talk heritage.
Let's get your draft thoughts.
Well, honestly, look, like most of you, I was a little frustrated, that the Patriots kind of screwed us there. But don't worry, we'll make their death extra painful.
Do you have to mention the Patriots on every fucking show, bro?
What were your thoughts on the Jets trading with the Patriots in the draft?
Well, honestly, I would have rather not done it, but seeing them trade up for a kicker made me laugh.
You got 2 extra picks out of it.
I know. I like what they got in return, but also, like that, seeing them trade up for a kicker was just comedy.
Hey man, kickers are people too.
Yeah, but nobody trades up for them.
Right.
Name me one of the teams that would have done that. We would trade up for a kicker. Name me one.
And the Jets took a kicker in the second round, Mike Nugent. So who the hell are we to talk?
Look at the Raiders.
Name one other current NFL. Name one other current NFL.
The Raiders took Guy, one of the best kickers to ever kick ever. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm just saying. Like I think
I'm messing with you, Vince.
Let's get back to the draft. So that was a little frustrating. I understand the pick. I do understand the pick. They want to have a revolving door of pass rushers because they expect to have a lot of leads this year, and they're going to be in a lot of situations late in the game where they need that fourth quarter pass rush. And they want to just keep everybody fresh. They want to have as many bodies.
With the game on the line, that fourth quarter pass rush is coming from Carl Lawson and fucking Huff, and they're not gonna be like, what? Let's say the day with McDonald.
No, that's not true, Tyson. How many times were we screaming? How many
big plays the fourth quarter Carl Lawson made last year?
But again, how many times were they not on the field? Also, they rotate guys no matter what the quarter, no matter what the drive, no matter what the score is. So that's what they do, though.
Division on the line, 4th and 17. Who's gonna be the pass rusher on the field? It ain't gonna be McDonald, dude.
Nope.
Carl Lawson.
I'd like to think so, yes. But as we've seen, the way Saleh handles the rotation, they don't. Could you imagine the situation? They rotate these guys.
Could you imagine this show if it's 4th and 17? Playoff. Oh, Vince, stop, man. 4th and 17, playoffs on the line. Super Bowl, we're one play away from the Super Bowl, and Quinn is on the sideline because he's tired, or Carl Lawson's on the sideline. Could you imagine this show after that? Come on,
the third and fourth string pass rushers in with the game on the line.
In theory, Lawson and Jermaine Johnson are probably your better edge setters on the edge. So I mean, you might have those guys in there first and second down and some third downs early, but third and longs late in the game. You might have fresh guys out there like Huff.
We got to see this guy play before we make up our minds on him.
What?
Yeah, well, I said we got to see this guy play first before we can.
No shit, dude. That's every draft pick.
I know, but let's talk about the. I really did love the second round pick. I love the second. I'm surprised that wasn't mentioned more. His Jets connections weren't mentioned more pre-draft.
I'm surprised I get paid enough for this shit.
Wait, you're surprised with what? What? Because the Jets were tied to JMS with the visit.
I I know everyone was tied with Davis. He was everyone's favorite center to take. But you know what? I was surprised when it came to Joe Tippmann. No one like really mentioned his connections with the New York
Jason Fabini?
Yeah, I was surprised that wasn't mentioned more pre-draft.
Okay.
But I do like his thing. I like his versatility. I like his size. I like his ability. I really feel like this is going to be a guy that's going to anchor the center of this offensive line for the next decade or so. Feel
Fair
really
enough.
confident there, and I felt like the later round picks are just depth because honestly, we had the unfortunate luck of just getting hammered on the offensive line last year, and they don't want that. They don't want to end up in that scenario again. They don't want to end up like.
What do you think about the running back?
I like his speed. I like his speed. I like that he's a local. It's nice that local product guys. It's always a nice bonus. And I think you really want some speed. And it's really nice to look at how many guys the Jets have right now that run a sub 4.4 on offense. They're really good at speed.
What are you laughing about, Tyler? He's dropping some knowledge. He's giving the stats right now.
Nah, chat's cracking me up. I was going to ask you, you think Tippmann's going to be starting from day one?
I'd say I'm 97% confident he's probably going to be locked in as our starting center.
Fair enough. Okay, so you got a starting center in round 2. That's good. What'd you think about Becton not picking up Becton's option?
I felt like that was the direction they were going to head. It's been too. We know the talent is there. There's no debating the talent is there. It's just the problem is, can he stay healthy enough for the Jets to take advantage of that talent? That's always been the question with him.
Okay.
So I got one question for you, Big Dog. Who do you want for the first game?
That's something. There's so many. Just honestly, there's a lot of.
Who he wants. You know who he wants.
No,
There's only one opponent.
Rhetorical question.
Come on, man.
Well, I mean, you can always do the New York, and then have it on 9/11. New York, 9/11. It's always be an interesting opponent. Like I said, my thing is I honestly don't care when we face New England, just as long as it's early in the year when they generally struggle.
Dude, who gives a fuck about the Patriots? Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback. The Patriots are irrelevant. They don't matter anymore.
So you don't want to see the Patriots in December, is what you're saying?
I don't mind. No, I do want to see them in
Who
December.
cares? I play them every week. I don't give a shit. I'm not scared of them anymore.
Yeah, we got a
We have
quarterback.
higher standards. We're about the Bills, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Bengals, shit like that.
I
Can't
don't
care less
worry
about
about
the Patriots.
The Dolphins don't worry about because Tua is probably going to be like in his
The Dolphins are much more of a threat than the Patriots are. I got news for you.
and they still don't want a playoff game since the Clinton administration.
Doesn't make a difference, dude. Still a better team than the Patriots. The Patriots are irrelevant now.
No, I'm glad they're relevant. I can't wait to see their
They're
fans.
still living rent free in your head, though.
Rent free, baby. Rent free.
Like Elsa, man, let it go.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this rum and coke will help.
What kind of rum you drinking?
Bacardi white rum.
There you go.
It's a traditional rum of a rum and coke or Cuba Libre.
Have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in. Congratulations on your voucher, too, man. Don't let it go to waste.
Have a good night, man.
What? This is just.
Yo, listen,
up,
man. I
Hey,
wanted to
what's
say
up?
something so bad. I had to
That hat
catch
is
myself.
fire, man. I like that hat.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This is
it's
my
awesome.
first time on, so
Welcome aboard.
but I'm feeling really good about the draft this year. Honestly, I think a lot of people are sleeping on some of the players we got. I don't think it's as bad as some people are making it out to be.
Okay,
Well-
what do you like most about it?
Honestly, Tippmann in the second round. Like we needed a center. I think McGovern's average. He's not great, but he's not bad. He's serviceable. But I think if Tippmann translates, he's easily going to start over McGovern. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a debate as long as he translates in his first year. If he needs a little bit of time to develop, then maybe he can sit for a few games and learn and then start. But if I've seen some of his highlights, I watched him later, like after the draft, and he looks really good.
What kind of role do you think McDonald's going to have in year one?
I think he's going to be a rotational piece. I think he's going to see a little bit of the field, but not too much. I think he's going to learn for the most part and just adjust to the NFL. And I think he's going to put on some muscle and get a little bit bigger.
So, anything
Hey,
in this
Elmo.
draft, anything in this draft that you wanted that we didn't grab?
Honestly, I really wanted offensive tackle first round, but all the best tackles were taken, so I honestly can't really complain much with the draft. But I did want an offensive tackle, but trading picks with the Packers, we kind of got screwed. But I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers, so I can't complain.
So are there what do you think are some positions we have to address in free agency until before training camp?
Honestly, I really think I'd like maybe possibly one more offensive lineman, although we just signed one. I think maybe one more, but I want Quan back for sure because I mean, what does he want? Like $2 million? That's a steal. I think he was great last year for the most part. Absolutely. He's pretty much always healthy, and for like $2 million or whatever he wants, that's a pretty good deal. But other than that, I think we're really set because I think the defense is going to be just as good as last year, and even if they fall off a little bit, I mean, I think they're top 10 easily.
What about a run stopping defensive tackle?
Yeah, we are lacking a little bit next to Quinnen. I mean, we probably could sign somebody, but the thing is, I don't know exactly how much cap space we have left or how much more we can maneuver it, but I think we could get another piece.
I mean, I think that they definitely have cap space because they were looking to try to sign all these big-time players. Cox, Campbell, everybody else, man, even Beckham, they have the money. And they can create it too by cutting some people. Veteran safety, another one, a veteran safety that can run would be nice. Yeah. I agree with that. But I mean, this is where Joe Douglas usually shines, like June, July.
June 1st, yes, sir.
Yeah. He makes all his moves, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, what do you guys think about Chuck Clark? I forgot to ask because I think he's a really solid pickup.
I like him, but I feel like he's also very similar to what they already have with Jordan Whitehead. So I don't know if you're going to see them both on the field at the same time. But I keep going back to why not use him as one of your extra linebackers if you can get a little extra speed on the field by putting him there. I think that's a good way to solve some of the issues that we've had covering the tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. Getting somebody that can play in the box like that.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. I think the one thing about it is he's not a free safety. He's played free safety, but that's not his strongest point. He's better off in the box, but he's better in coverage than Whitehead is. So I think that you might see him use as a linebacker or maybe in our big nickel go with three safeties or something like that. He's definitely an asset for two. I think he got it for like $2 million. It was a steal, man. And he's a Baltimore player, so he's going to come prepared and he's going to show up and get it done. So I definitely like him a lot.
I have another point. I was going to say, I saw the Chiefs on the schedule, and I mean, imagine a Jets-Chiefs, Rodgers versus Mahomes Sunday night game. I just keep thinking about that.
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
boy. I think we can compete with anyone. I mean, the Chiefs, honestly, that might be one of the games that I feel like we might lose, but I mean, every game we're going to be in, and I think we should be dominating at least a good handful of teams. Like the Patriots, I'm not worried about.
Nope.
I'm not even really worried about the Dolphins. The Bills are always going to be a threat because, I mean, Buffalo, I mean, they're well coached. They have Josh Allen. They always have a good defense. But, I mean, we almost beat them twice last year with Zach Wilson and with broken. I mean, we're exactly. Rodgers. I mean, if you score 20 points a game with this defense, you're going to win at least 11, 12 games. I mean, to me, I'm just excited.
The Chiefs is probably the one game I'd like to see either in the middle or towards the end of the year once they've actually had a couple weeks to just get acclimated to Rodgers. He gets New York under his belt, learning the new offense, getting in chemistry with his teammates. That's a game that I think is a true measuring stick for where this team actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. But I really think that we've improved all the way around. I think, listen, the one thing you got to look at with this defense is we lost some pieces as well. So you have to find another tackle in there to put on the side Quinnen. I think you have to find another free safety that can actually move and cover. And I would love an upgrade. Now, I want Quan back, but if they could find an upgrade over Quan, maybe someone who could cover. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing we lack is a coverage linebacker. So maybe using a safety like that, or maybe somebody in between that would be good just to add to this defense. But I really think, I don't know if this defense will be as good as it was last year. But a top 10 defense, I think it will be. And with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, man, who can control the narrative and find a way to get the ball on the field and put us in position to win. And with a good running game, man, this could be really, really something special.
This is going to be a season for the ages. I really have a good feeling. I mean, last year I went to 2 games, and the one was the Jets-Patriots game. That was brutal. And then I don't know if you guys remember the Jets-Lions game. where
Oh,
we missed a field goal for the tie at the end. I think it was like a 60-yarder. I was right behind upright. It's just heartbreaking because those are games. Games this year. Those games happen this year. We're winning those. It's not even going to be a game. It's going to
100%.
close out in the third quarter.
Yep.
Richie, thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Thank
Hey,
you.
have a good night, bro.
Good call, man. Have a good night.
Love that hat though. That hat fire, bro.
It was nice. It was nice to have somebody like a nice civilized call. Afram was good, but then you have Vincent kind of throws us off, and you have so that's good.
That reminded me of like the old school block talk calls where it was just like
Yeah.
a nice like back and forth, one question answer.
Yep.
boom, boom.
Boom.
These guys
yes,
are so
sir.
calm and quiet and respectful. That's because it's friggin' May 2nd. That's why.
Season ain't start yet.
All right. A nice quick show. What's the score to Nick game, by the way? It's killing me.
It is 67,
66.
64. Oh, 66.
I'm ahead of you.
Yeah. How is it always happening, bro? Like every time we watch the game, you guys are ahead of me. Like,
I got that
yo,
good connection.
I'm telling you.
What quarter is it in?
Third.
Oh,
Third.
yeah, we gotta get this going here. Let's bring out Jose and get the fuck out of here. I want to watch the game. No offense, people, but
We can stream the end of it.
what's up, man?
My guy,
What's up, Jose?
Jose.
between Vincent and the Knicks, I'm not drunk enough. Really shit.
So what's going on, man? What are your thoughts on
Oh,
the Seahawks draft?
I know. I like to admit,
Oh, good shot, Hart.
I really like to see everyone else with it. And I'm gonna piss you guys off, but I don't care. What the Jets really need to get before the season starts is a backup corner.
There you go.
Quarterback
I feel you.
in case Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Because if I have to hear you guys talk about Zach Wilson,
Trust me, dude. I'm with you.
I can't even imagine like asking any Zach Wilson questions at this point.
I'm gonna need an answer. I'm gonna need an answer cold. And that's the thing.
They had that they had like the stream with Ryan and those guys, the draft stream. I go on there for a little bit. And the one question I got was, what do you think about Zach Wilson being the backup? I just went off. I'm like, who cares? Like I don't even want to talk about his name. It's like, let him be off in the distance, just practicing. And like, who cares? Like, you just don't want to see him play this year. I don't at all.
Let's talk about Zach in 2 years.
Unless it's like a mop-up duty to keep Rodgers under like 65% where you're blowing him out. Let Zach hand the ball off like 15 times.
Right.
Right?
Can
Who
I
cares?
quickly say something about my Seahawks?
Well,
Yeah,
you,
go ahead.
you want to share your thoughts on the Devils Rangers series?
This is a football
Yeah.
stream.
Yes.
We're not talking hockey tonight.
Congrats to the Devils.
Thank you, Jose. I appreciate
The
that.
Rangers choked.
They
They
did.
did. They did.
Jose, the Devils did pretty good considering that they have absolutely no chance to win the series.
LTD.
I mean, we scored more goals than you guys.
It was gonna be a sweep though, wasn't it? Wasn't it gonna sweep y'all guys? I swear you said that.
It's supposed to be.
Oh,
Oh, he got another injury.
I have a question.
Good.
Has anyone gone back and checked the tape to when the guy on the Howardly Saturday now starting quarterback of the Jets won?
You see what happened, bro? I'm sorry.
All I heard was starting quarterback of the Jets.
Brandon should have airball, man. Pissed me off, bro.
Starting quarterback of the Jets for when? We go back to tape and say what?
The PT caught him washed.
Oh, I never.
Anybody
No,
check?
Oh, when prime time
there's
called Aaron
no
Rodgers
footage.
washed
There's
on the
no
Packers
footage.
game?
No, there's no footage of that.
We have to go back and
No.
look at that.
Oh, you
Thank
found
you.
it? Oh, yeah. You
Hold on.
did.
Thank you.
Stop.
I'll write that down. Hold on a second.
Stop.
Hey, Jose, what show was it on? 'Cause Jose said the show
Jose,
last
The
year.
Jets Packers stream.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. You know what, Tyson? I'm gonna go back and watch that myself, bro.
Me too.
Say,
I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that clip. But we gotta put that on. We gotta put that on just a video breakdown.
Oh, Elmo found it already.
Wow! Brunson for three.
Ooh.
Nailed it. Thank you, Jalen Brunson.
Damn.
come on.
Come on.
Yes, that's right, Elmo. Feel free to
Oh!
send us.
Listen,
Elmo,
we're-
email us the time of that. We'll
Listen.
cut it and
If we're gonna go down that path, I got weeks of footage from January and February of Derek Carr debates that you don't want to go down. So
Hey,
It's fine. Let's have some fun.
Hey, I admit I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Jalen Brunson is saving the Knicks.
Listen, I want to go watch Brunson save the Knicks. So while you guys are all watching it, I can't watch it. Share more thoughts, Jose. It's like off the stream. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Did Kevin ever go on your show and argue about rappers?
No.
I never got invited.
no call, no show, man. No call, no show.
I was setting up for this week's PT.
What's that?
Oh!
Stop watching the game. Jose, have a great night, man.
Love you,
night,
bro.
Love you too, man. Good night.
Oh man.
Thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to watch the Knick game. This is torture. You guys
Yo,
are all watching it, and I can't.
Don't forget the new
You can
merch.
stream it.
New T-shirt. Prime time. You can stream it. The new merch.
myself.
$2 goes to help support pediatric cancer, and we'll definitely be streaming next Thursday too. Although that's you guys, the NYJF TV for the schedule.
Well, we're from 7 to 8. What time is the schedule release?
8
8 o'clock.
from 8 on then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can come right after it. 8.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
jump,
let's do
we'll
that.
jump on that. Yeah.
All right, talk to you guys later. I gotta watch the
Later.
game. Shit.